Aban bia prepare the budget. So obehwe kwane obefa so obenye sika. Any kwane obefa so obe spend the sika ne de odebeye. Enti budget bia ba it is Sabio, your work class my child, my Professor Boako, Professor Joseph Magnus Frimpong. There be no casem said, there is no foolish question in this world. To you teacher in our child, na school ni be busa questioner. As I say, who say, Anya Shinyansa be a day. To the same way, finance minister about prepare a budget or the member parliament. Ya baby a any strength, a good baby also. Or when you say be a dear and your cry. That is how you do comprehensive analysis. By now, many opinion kasa efa VAT issues. Yen say Ghana, your VAT system, and the kind of tax regime I practice or Ghana, are problematic because okoto ade Boako na your listed components in the mawa. Any child, this, this. Waki kanini na abomuno. Na ma ade ne bo no akosro. Enti over the years, and one ya practice ya babesi ne. VAT na ankasa won ye de ehon krabata bebre ababa keka ho COVID-19 levy one component national health insurance ne no kon ba bebre. Ewo mu se ni nyina ewo purpose a ye de sa sika na ebenya ne ye. Nanso kwan bi wo ha ye fa so ye na ebeyi yana. And until now, Bekaya, somewhere 2022, former Vice President Baumia, LED team, called Estonia. Because the whole world, open countries are more the most efficient VAT systems. Estonia Nikaya, not just a debekesa. The Baumia the team, called Estonia. Sir, ya pesa ya team VAT. Mo tax system no tax regime na se na ya hwese ye bi wo Ghana ebeyi ya na se ni the team na call Estonia I think 2022 or early 2023 the Baumia buy no say no based on Estonia for system no Ghana ye tax regime ne ye VAT system ne wan esese ye yini nyina free ho na ye de friend of flat rate tax to say na menu apanyi ka say there are different handles of it. To Besha throughout Baumia or free Estonia buy or started say or advocating for flat rate tax regime. Now or kasa ye niji sa VAT ni sa no mani nyina na simplify the tax system no na ye mananya simple say na Ghana ni bia sorry otimi calculate ni ntoto so dudu no na ye ma ye to no so nyasa ni all these components ahodo bebre no in free ho tie no mu ana na aban ashase introduce bibi to say emissions tax bibi to say betting tax ene nkroneba emma sa abre no even though you're part of government President Akufo-Addo government or can say yes or you're part of the government but no who ni say sa to we nyina no if you ho ye nto obey your omampanyin a obey ye free ho but at that time no question Ghana for bebusa woni say who you vice president what can buy no. It is a free say enye na oba obe ye free ho ade na ye free ho sesia. But of course, a legitimate question. But the truth is also that enye or no eno finance minister and he was not the president. President bia on vision. Did the president then vision is as out to ye obeka ya 2020 akonya ya amenu apanyi to so ya. Ana Baumia ba ha ne kwamse fa kan interview. Na 11 kra mai ana Baumia ka say Sakobasi the two beba I better sim momo ne electronic transaction no or support to Saturn before E-levy even came to be. But I buy now to what and make it a decide this a bay or you one person untimenya and yes sir. E-levy President Mahama Kaso be ye free ho. Baumia Kaso be ye free ho. COVID-19 levy Mahama Kaso be Baumia Kaso be whatever doubts people had whether Baumia be here because or you're part of the government, that one is a different thing, but it shows his commitment. Sir, or your vice president wa ban bimo. Now on no ana binding sheye bi aba. Na ansana E-levy be bakwan what ma bet anya akukudro abetra radio so aka say ono on support. Na aka say me ba me ye free wa che say o kire bibi magana fo mu say New Obiano Benya Kukudru, a buyer or woman can be bisa batokai. And ne, President Mahama about to force about Parliament. Also, 11 every ho, fantastic idea. COVID-19 levy and run while Susudria. Say, wo yi, ne mum, or ne IMF for the better and she ama. It has to go through a lot of discussions and some will be to me ye through. And I understand that because IMF for so they haven't shown any alternative replacement for the revenue shortfalls. Until there's an issue. There's some model so IMF for the transfer. It is a good idea. There's nowhere say e-levy kwa sika e-levy component at the better idea or better boss no. Emma says it lessens the burden of the taxpayer. That is so important to establish. The other things on say. And our finance minister no. Obu born no more bisua. Yensu yehuni say a bit problematic to accept. In the sense say o create impression bi say oyi eto mako ensia na afri ho. But kadna in effect enye ensia. Eye miensa because emissions tax also oyi afri ho no. Abai our fees no one charge obia emissions tax. Obekaya a braba omia ka say abai call parliament say opeso de emission tax ba. Aba omia ba bonte beka say ono obeye president obeyi emissions tax free ho. It became a lot of discussion even in government. Benum say oh abai no munti adentina ye say na o ka de foforo and then nko ba some of the conversations you can put them out. But whether a based on sa comment no and na say a finance minister na buy decision mo hu yen later finance minister babonte beka say emission tax no omo na kai afedi omo nya enye bio eti emission tax President Akufo-Addo buy and charge Ghana ni bia emission tax. It is out to force a ban na oka so be ye free ho question ye busa na say ade na ni ho yan charge obi a ti wo ye free ho anything. That is one thing. Then the atosumi no VAT on motor vehicle insurance. Or see obeyi sa to no so afri ho. Meanwhile, yete Ghana has this here. Obia ni ho wotua VAT on motor vehicle insurance. Any ho eti ade a any ho also be ye afri ho anything. Nobody our Ghana ha wotua VAT on motor vehicle insurance. Sa to no ni ho. Nti ade na also be ye free ho eno so ye hu ne say no kwade bi amam etoso miensa na de controversy aba also obey 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings and odi into brackets betting tax eba be share eno na former finance minister Ami Twe na adwene si say menia waka emission tax obey ye free ho eni ho VAT on motor vehicle insurance so be ye free ho any ho 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings and also any ho esan say President Akufo-Addo abai and charge Ghana ni bia 10% on lotto winnings any ho and I will say sa 10% on lotto winnings no eno ane betting tax and yes debi why am from so 10% on lotto winners, withholding tax on lotto winners. A different from sport betting tax na yedim no. Yedim say President Akufo-Addo aban at the sport betting tax ebai. Yenu anom ranti ane mabawa ekotwa sport bet obi a organ ha bi ani say sport betting tax ye jiwa ha. Eno na yenim say NDC aban ka ho asem so obetwam. Na ba omia so ka ho asem so obetwam. It is a war by parliament at the Mrabasa Obesisa Tobi Chatobi Ma. You're very explicit. Sir, Mr. Speaker, I will abolish the 10% sport betting tax. But Oko can no mami no boom. And I kadna me nim sabe ya yoko school yen so ya brofo kese. Me bo ma community day secondary school na me koye. Ansa na me ko presec bechem. Ti bia me brofo no na nru momo de no. Sa wo try ade. Now we try 10% withholding tax on lotto winners. Now the into brackets betting tax esha bracket ma. E dia hipa na wo emphasis wo so. Enye dia esha bracket mu no. eti finance minister language na ode ba parliament ni asema ode ba ye ne tax na osi osiki so be year free ho no 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings and why into bracket betting tax and na I mean and I'm saying no. So 10% withholding tax on lotto winners no and now person wo friend betting tax ya charges are what you describe as betting tax no. And Kadna, it is true. President Akufo-Addo abai and charge 10% tax withholding tax on lotto winners. You can ube to busa obi a oye lotto adwuma bia. Eti confusion no e created by Forson. Now the entire Kadna ye what doubts say Atto is not prepared to deal with the sport betting tax and he said unim his position on sport betting or say ye bone tini kwa say ye so kura wo Ghana ha oba parliament no or the emredu or sase no so oka obobo so emredu ba parliament or seeking amendments to those acts so person wo de 12 for ba ana wo sesa to bia wo de homra ekomra shebadwafie eti obe lab this budget no and wo lay sa no mani nyina wo together so basically amendment no bi how de to for ba bi how yi to bi afri ho sa emredu na wo de ba parliament say yanhwa ne nyina so mani nyi to bi mfiri ho na wo fa to from ra no emra na e this sport betting tax e ba ye no wo ba parliament no wo fa sa emra na nka ho because sport betting tax no it came with the Income Tax Amendment Act 2023 Act 1096 sa act eduna atofo se de ba parliament nra sa yenyen sachiraye wom na ma ni nyina so esesa emra bi enyi tuo bi mfiri ho no emra na ekofa sport betting tax by wan fa no ama etisa odi bibi sa ba no wan fa no anka ho na o tre ade no language no ukogina to foforo eni ho so na wo ka say your friend no betting tax na e kire say wan kasa wakoma mu no onye prepare say sport betting tax will be here free until Cardinal I can tell you on authority budget here kitami so what kind free page 1 echo see the end Cardinal this budget up at force the minister the banra o kind free page 1 echo see the end baby ni hwa what say obey sport betting tax free ho. There's nowhere in this budget our finance minister explicitly
any kind of saying
baby no also obey 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings and yet the same as betting tax and oh yeah into bracket betting tax. So in this budget
the kind of mentality and yes we there because obi anim say we try betting tax.
No, you see I am rasam na yakan. Are
you not misleading us?
No, this is the budget. Obi ati finance minister no what statement now okay na you can read from that. The statement is a abridged version of this. Or say, Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings, otherwise referred to as betting tax. And I'm telling you, sir, 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings, and yet the same as the sport betting tax now. There are two different things. One is under National Lotteries Authority. One is under Gaming Commission. The 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings, under National Lottery Authority. Busa Samia Woku, and answer fair, NDC Penini or Hosia Busani say, or charge 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings. No, but 10% sport betting tax, under Gaming Commission. And no, you man tell them about Omucha Omutria. Eti a simple confusion a finance minister na create. E so be ba bontino beka so oh. Dia na me ka ho asempa no. E the 10% sport betting tax. Na yentwa 10% withholding tax on lotto winners because I no dey enye to a e wo hodada. Eti that clarity no. As I say you dey back to bear because obi ahwehwe animu say sport betting tax no ye be ye free ho.
So you are saying say sports betting tax one can was
no can was per the okaye any dear what tre ɛne mmara wɔde aba parliament sɛ ɔhwɛ nsakyerɛmu ame de ayi to bi afiri hɔ no saa income tax amendment act 2023 act 1096 a this sport betting tax by no wan fa nka ho maybe eti enye difficult obeto our parliament ochina na wakase ebia and I think say madwene mu I think say ebia na a genuine omission and now say at the time omo twerɛ ade no confusion kakra by omo ntima anya distinction because obehwe ato force anima on list is 10 acts ni wie no pɔ so kakra and o can say and other acts opposite because I'm sure he saw say if you are a mistake because act now a did or the saying sport betting tax by and one can want some so that clarity has to be brought to bear obia ni minority waka say 10% bet sport betting tax ne ni hodada obia kasa they are mean anti kind so drawn attention say 10% withholding tax on lotto winnings no say no na wo frɛ no betting tax there we didn't charge that but we charge the 10% sport betting tax. I know Ghana from ranting about where share ni musa minister de beba. But the parliament say ye jina and no asama minister kaye. Any book ya budget minister dia buy so na dia pass budget ne dia. Kadna ye be wie no. Na 10% sport betting tax no nka ho. Eno ya ade association ye. Atoso mienu. Say the medical culture no taxes a oye free ho ye miensa. Enye nsia. Ensia no miensa ni ho. Mensa ne wo de ho a wo ye free ho ya COVID-19 levy 1.5% withholding tax on gold export ubeka ya eno no the previous NDC government in the Dubai ena MPP by President Akufo-Addo na 3% ena President Akufo-Addo take so free 3% eba 1.5% ene aban foforo ba na so de ko zero it is good obi antena ha meka se eje we have to applaud that e-levy yenyina yenim Ghana for nyina complaining about e-levy it is good ye free ho it is fine but adia ba ko esa ha adwene say oyi eto miensa free ho no why introduce 4 or by extension 5 new taxes but we are calling for president one here hu edikan the growth and sustainability levy na ye 1% atofo se o pejam e de akọ 3% tie no matum eno ye dadia eno eye to bi a they charge the mining companies ene ne nkro ba na ye 1% wa pejam de 3% ebe ma o man Ghana sika so I'm not going to sit here to say oh yan to ho pin ya no ebe ma o man Ghana sika wo mu say the incidents no ewo gold mining companies no but of course omo ya adwuma omo ntua kakra na yesen fa nye o man ye there's nothing wrong with that etosumi no there's a sunset clause and nasa to no end this year atofo say otoaso atwemu akọ 2028 and once you increase the duration of a task it is imposition of task for the period now or extending until you know your number 2 number 3 special import levy.
Forgive me, the name of that tax again.
Growth and sustainability.
No, the second one you mentioned.
No, it's the growth and sustainability levy. No, kind of rata they buy. Now end 2025.
Okay.
And our two forces or extend it at the accord 2028. Right. And for the period 2025 to 2028, no, nanka anyhow, but also or manaya. That's the point. Then the special import levy, and also or can one sama or day so. And nothing or charge tax on non-life insurance. There. A man here tax is a President Akufo-Addo pension or exempt all non-life insurance from VAT. Okay, or exempt here. At first, see OG exemption every ho. Not just a Ghana for be tria a tour VAT on non-life insurance. You will fear now we insure fear now obe tria or company access B now we insure sa access now obe tria sa aton. A4. So what the road to eba beka ho next, I said, we introduce 5 taxes and removing 3. Obia kasa sabi why bonnet. But of course, we a 2 free why mama for come higher. And I would the tour by and my benya sika de no be obey. But at the same time, the incidence is on individual Ghanaians obi so be boka be say obetua saturn as to whether say nipa ne be we de wa ye free ho ne de wo de ba be gu ni kom no aka say yema na say yema no. We leave that to the Ghanaian people. I'm not going to sit here to bastardize it because but the point have to be made. Say oyi eto me say free ho no or the eto enum so aba beka ho. And of course people want to compare because President Akufo-Addo so back 2017 no can now be 3rd March 2017 President Akufo-Addo first budget oyi eto anasa ote eto mako edun so and de Ghana for her. President Akufo-Addo first budget 17 that be 17 different taxes and buy abolish here and also we free Ghana for come. Say here now President Akufo-Addo abolish 17 taxes. And answer ote so Ghana had demand one for to back be good Ghana for so that is the contrast that you want to talk about. But Kadna and don't be so what here say you can't want some wabemo. You see, President Mahama shall say ye bibi, and I think it was good. Ghana for be brave so any jehon. I did about Kwane ha Ghana for be brave or President Akufo-Addo by no the size of government. Yes, so ministers, it do baby now bro 100, it do baby now about 80. Near the Ghana for complaining, and I rightly so.
Mokoya could do 126.
Yeah, rightly so. I mean, people had issues. 80 people were calling for say the size of governments. I think President Mahama Bayano on the size, the number of ministers. Ote so bar, I think 60. Meaning so many 60 in Kakakra.
54.
56 so far. That was fantastic. And I am happy. I'm sure say a lot of Ghanaians appreciated that. Me personally, I did appreciate that. But you see, Kadna, the entire Ghana for soon about the size of government. Because Ghana for free says as I said, you spend it sika based on a coma, said the BC boy one coma. Then you can say you say ska bebre e wa ketua ne nkro ne ba ene normal ekeka kan ho. Eti wa bra ye reduce the size of government no. Ghana for hwe say sika yes say wo man no ho so ebeko fam because Kadna say we reduce the number of ministers now and translate it in your expenditure cuts then there's a problem. Otie President Mahama ni ndisi for ni atofo simu nyina so mo so ye be ya expenditure rationalization ye be cut expenditure sani ye be ya yense sika bebre e wo land cruisers ho aban travels ne nkro ne ba but budget na minister ready no no and this ansem na mo kan bra and let me give you this the entire bra ne say na mo se President Akufo-Addo aban ne so tina ye se sika allowances konumti land cruisers and nkro ne ba the whole of 2024 President Akufo-Addo akonhoma sika any sika or spending ye nyina 250 billion Ghana cedis. Kadna yesi Akufo-Addo by neso wastage 250 billion. Abaya waba ose wono kete we say on spend this kakese na okati expenditure no sika atofo simbusa enra say yemfa mano na fa Ghana ho akohoma no 290 billion cedis. Kada busa ho say den na de na wo se ne ministers doso spend 250 billion na wo se wo ministers sa o spend 290 billion cedis.
Time value of money
na ne de sika na wonya ne so was spending ne. It's what is the time value of money?
Ghana and Neno, event say, oh, no, at the time, no,
you see, we are making a mistake. We are talking about your expenditure within a particular period.
Because overshare dollar now more thing.
No.
Compared to all, some overhedge against all major currencies.
We are making a mistake.
Okay.
You are talking about gross domestic product. How do we compute the GDP of the country? It takes into account all of these factors. So GDP no, you can't know expenditure, nominal GDP and crony ban. You can't say when you scan it. Now inflation was 17%. And no one can was spending. Yes, and it's a normal bossy 10 hours spending. It is a when you scan it. Now inflation is 22%. And also who sika and who and I was spending. But in any case, inflation as at the time our President Akufo-Addo spending 250 billion. Now a higher than the net. it is all person factor in inflation and then cry the inflation about from. Brand inflation was so crying. Akufo-Addo spending 250 billion. And now inflation about from. Now we see, oh, your lean government are buying Kituano. Oh, person will spend more than Akufo-Addo. But you see, Kadna, Mami Mawa Debi, you will be shocked.
Before you shock me, Mami can shock you. Under 2025 revenue measures, also we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery, otherwise known as the betting tax.
I know what that's
one first debate. I feel I'm a
man. And one I'm a
so one I
fed one said I'm a kind one.
Let me present me, but
Kadna, Baba, what do I mean? When you cry now, why share? This is the budget, Kadna. Oh, Shame. We have been chatro. Minister to force on one budget or the buy.
Yeah, for Jamie and San Wako.
Page 139. You see, budget, no, and yet the original Hokkien on the hill. And then your writers, you go into the tables, the appendices, tables on an assembly. Page 139. Okay? Appendix 4.
Table saying?
Appendix 4A. Table, no title, no. Appendix 4A, page 139. MDA expenditure allocation 2025 administration sector. First, second, third column, item 1. Office of Government Machinery. And this is for opposition. Almost say Office of Government Machinery. Sika President spending or Jubilee House. Sika Akufo-Addo did tutu kwan. Sika Chief of Staff spending and then Kroniba sub compensations. Sika or did tria bloated staff. Our Jubilee House. I was so the whole of 2024. Our Mr. President Akufo-Addo government expenditure sika or did tria Jumafoka workers are more doors of party food so just near that. It was 327 million. Na ato force say on T-bida.
Cities
and this force on T-bida. I was so do 327 million goods and compensation. President Akufo-Addo Jubilee House. And ne President Mahama was say ni ministers sa appointees a war Jubilee House office staff nene call ba isa which Abuja Paul disagrees as or kind. Akufo-Addo 327 net doors on President Mahama ni ato force say Omoba spending 2.7 billion Office of Government Machinery compensation alone.
Compensation here then.
Sir, and no, yeah, Juma near to Yakani Nenkroniba. This is the budget, page 139, appendix 4A. Akufo-Addo spending 327 million. Mosia doors Montibida over expenditure. Now, President Mahama is seeking to spend 2.7 billion on compensation, Office of the President. Now, you will also be shocked. Government communication. Utieme, government communication. Now, government communication, I am Falisofosu Kwache, Shamima Muslim, Ewo Jubilee House. Can you pay attention to me? Sika, President Mahama say, all spending on government communication in terms of goods and services 8 million cedis. Afenso sika yade beto Land Cruisers and then Kroniba ama sa government communication na Office of President Falisofosu Kwache mimia ehede na Shamima Muslim deputizing no 70 million Ghana cedis in this budget. When Fatima was Minister for Information, President Mahama was collapsing Minister for Information. But when Kojo Oponkroma was Minister for Information, now Fatima is Minister for Information, the whole ministry, the annual budget, now a new 15 million. And now, you see, a Minister of Information for your yard here. You are appointing Minister of State in charge of government communication. But some Minister of State in charge of government communication, no, yeah, man, goods and services budgets and CAPEX budget 78 million. This is President Mahama.
CAPEX no say then.
So expenditure you about to talk capital expenditure by you be to talk normal near that. But I don't even know communications are accurate no. exactly what capital expenditure they will be doing. Okay? Also for church, I don't know exactly what they will be doing. 78 million. But here are some for us. Research department, president office. There's a research department. Obakaya President Akufo-Addo time. Now Dr. Osu Mensah, as a Mensah from Legon, on an in charge of research department. Research department at the office of the president. The goods and services budget. Yanto laptop, yanto A4 sheets, yanto printer, yanto ink, nenen kroniba. A year 50 million Ghana cedis.
Under Akufo-Addo.
Under Mahama. 50 million Ghana cedis. Capes for the research department at the office of the president. A year 20 million Ghana cedis. Ukaboma, just the research department, a year one officer, table Boako si wanna be a secretary and assistant. 70 million Ghana cedis. A year more than the budget for 2 ministries or 3 ministries under Akufo-Addo.
Wait, 3 ministries.
80, sir, information ministry, no music, tourism ministry, Kobusano. The budget, no 20 million. 80 years, say 3 ministries, no so. But Sika, Akufo-Addo spending, you know, but spending more than that. Sika, President Akufo-Addo spending at the office of the president, you know, but spending more than that, and yet, catch Ghana for say, buy no, be protecting Ghana for Sika. These are the details in the budget. Kadna, and you been a main manufacturer. Beyond Brofua at Sika, you know. Young co budget in when I share and no more mocha. And who go through the tables in the budget. Or your press conference. Say my budget 24 hours. Timinya crown shining in a munsi. You will be shocked the things we are seeing. Etubusa who say President Mahama ba sani fear 9 way out all kwa one kobiuno. What the milk Ghana for an answer there? Because here is the case, major projects are not President Akufo-Addo yakura. What's the way you free? One of the government decision. Was it one district, 150 uchem, one village, one dam uchem, development authorities uchem, sano money in a uchem, you start uchem, or batampa uchem. Nina na Akufo-Addo spend this car one. Or spend this car was sano money hunya, or spending 250 billion. Wo yi sano money in a 4 year 290 billion. Bakadna, idea about communists and a car budget anymore. People are not paying attention to. Otesa minister ne car say, Bosume me sabia. Omobeye electricity tariff adjustment every 3 months. So
no or reference policy or that say
every
automatic
3 months
adjustment.
Every 3 months.
Send the obetoi.
Omobeye tariff adjustment on electricity.
Na say no obetoi.
Why indicate say?
I should have asked me question.
Oh, me can't say. Why indicate say? Gas here are binding power producers, any other companies. Is that car power nominating Kroniba or beto the cost of gas at the companies anymore. Na kadna, wona oye juma with the gas e produce electricity ma Ghana. Na aban se gas ya Ghana gas demand watuma. Wo electricity na wo de ma Ghana for. Wo betuma na asa obetiso. That is also one thing that Ghanaians should pay attention to. Sir, electricity prices. Akufo-Addo time. Odi mfie watwe. Emu mfie num one fan to electricity mu wa Ghana hano. Mahama se 3 months bebetum. It is important to stress this because omo kasa omo ya wan say Akufo-Addo wanye bibia ma Ghana for. President Akufo-Addo di 8 years. Sa 8 years no emu mfie num one to electricity buomu e wa Ghana hada. President Mills ene Mahama edi 8 years. Sa 8 years no emu enfie enso omo to electricity buomu wa Ghana ha. Di omo to mu no so na so cha Akufo-Addo dia wo ye. Omo to electricity buomu dodo wa Ghana ha no so ye da dum so mu e wo ma penso ya na dum so mu wa Akufo-Addo penso. Na se na be obi be ka se membo bi sremu ana makanti. Oko PURC for web page omo publish the increases or reductions in electricity tariffs over a period of time. Kadna, mami 1 minute I mean go through. President Mills.
And me be about electricity tariff. I'm interested because
electricity one me and the mama.
Okay.
President bills about 2009 one to electricity boom or Ghana ha me metna ha enya se ne NDC fo bi beye na one to me chenchina makase watum. I won't do that. President Mills first year 2009 one to electricity boom or Ghana ha 2010 President Mills ne NDC ato electricity boom wa hamu nchichemu adio watwe enkro 89%. 2011 omutumu 10%. 2012 President Mills na NDC atumu 7.4%. President Mahama ba 2013 auto electricity boom 58.9%. 2014 otumu 28.4%. 2015 in the peak of doom so obekai sa daily graphic front page at President Mills Mahama can say opese unya kanea tuamo okay sa front page no 2015 Abrana Ghana for nya kanea enyusuo no President Mahama eto electricity buomu wa hamu chichemu aduokro 90% edi Ghana for 2016 otumu 10%. Bashe bibi President Akufo-Addo ba 2017 Senior President Mills ya ne first year one no President Akufo-Addo first year 2017 one to electricity buomu Ghana 2018 President Akufo-Addo at electricity buoso 17.5% at the Ghana for 2019 President Akufo-Addo at electricity buomu 17.46%. Ashe bibi 2020 COVID buy no Akufo-Addo and to electricity buomu 2021 one to electricity boom. 2022 even Russia-Ukraine crisis buy no Akufo-Addo and to electricity boom. 2023 and what 51% and at 2024 6.4%. What can you know and this year buy no to electricity boom cumulatively 294.6%. NPP to 57.5%.
That is NDC 1.
Yeah, yes, I'm first one buy.
Cumulative rom to mu saying
294.6%
at a dollar rate of
dollar rate. I don't remember the dollar rate. This is a
because obviously back catch now say so find the cumulatively no at the time where NDC free konwa so no na dollar no the emfa no 4
cedis beer
or the emfa 4 cedis scrap to the dollar and you know say or they no compare more time am official na 14.7 no offer wo cumulative 57% no now the two or more there over 200 no still all the no was
when you do that now you say your comprehensive analysis no be take you back because NDC for so one better dollar no 4 about better no 1 and nobody call 4 so you can't do this argument what you say because almost one better no ne be we be who be on Boako drew okay the performance and also will growth projections and dollar exchange rate in the economy all of that feed into the overall growth and everything of the government okay because almost about 1 better 4 Akufo-Addo better 4 and what they could do 15 point something that is but I'm telling you sir whether you are managing currency or you are not managing currency because NDC time CD not depreciated by cumulatively 72%. Akufo-Addo time it did around 68 or 70%. Okay, it is our fund is now per se. What do you comparison? Obekase, it was a nominal figure. Sanya was quite better no. A boss, but Sanya Mahama no to your mopeja coin. I was switch the Akufo-Addo better, but Ghana form pesa argument. No. So the most important thing is dollar rate or no dollar rate, inflation, no inflation, GDP growth. We can compare those data. And this is how much they increase electricity tariffs. Ghana. And yet, they made it look like Akufo-Addo here, demon. President Mahama told electricity boom a few years. Obey the first government in his first year, will reward electricity boom Ghana since President Mills' time. And this is so important to put out. Because omoka waka we nyina no omoka mena kwaso Akufo-Addo anyahwe Akufo-Addo anyahwe and so on say nra ato force won no ankasa edru baabi no on say na anim anyinya asem ni bu ha no ntimi nka because wo hu ni say nsama omoka fa Akufo-Addo aban ho no afi the data na expose omo and me da Ghana Statistical Service for asepa some Monday no omo ya omo press conference edit data ne bae hwe tro omo twagu Akufo-Addo so enra ato force enum agi atomu say Akufo-Addo ma ɔman no sikasɛm kɔ soro na you grow ɔman no to 5.7%. ɔmo kɔ no ɔmo gya 3.4%. na ɔmo sɛ Akufo-Addo nya he mismanaged the economy, criminally managed. afei deɛ data ne ba ɔmo hu sɛ Akufo-Addo yɛ adeɛ. ɔmo hu sɛ nra ato Forson na akasa gye atom ɛno fa ne budget na data no wom wagye atom sɛ the growth of the economy ɔman ne sɛ ne yɛsi gyini yɛ sikasɛm no Akufo-Addo agya ɔman a na agya padeɛ yɛkeka ne nyinaa bom a ho sika no ɛyɛ around 1.2 trillion. This is a japadeɛ a Akufo-Addo de agya Mahama 1.2 trillion. ebinsi wɔ Ghana hada President Mahama wɔkɔ no oja Akufo-Addo 219 billion cedis. ɛnɛ Akufo-Addo agya President Mahama 1.2 trillion. na kadna esa atoso bio ya ka dollar asem Akufo-Addo agya President Mahama $8.9 billion sika a ewo ho ewo ya gross international reserves $8.9 billion. ena President Akufo-Addo de agya wo si Akufo-Addo anya hwe sa $8.9 billion no e cover 4 months of your import cover. Momo kono mu gya Akufo-Addo 3 months of import cover. And we pete mo ekosoro. Ekowie se. Atwetwe aso. TMU yo atwetwe aso. Se abaya oji sika a spend a edoso chain. De Akufo-Addo spend ye. Abaya wabeto ejapade the wealth of the nation in terms of gross domestic product 1.2 trillion. I been see that. Abaya wabeto ejapade in dollar terms gross international reserves $8.9 billion. That is an international reserve. Sika.
Okay.
Daho.
And an ekaso you're saying.
A can so eka. Any ejapade no enuntina obekaka no 700 and something 30 something billion.
Muja 742.
Now what you compare with japade or now why the obonika ne say debt to GDP ratio no but 61.8 billion. Mahama Akufo-Addo 73%, 61.8%.
At what percentage of the GDP?
Mahama 73%.
73% of
GDP. Akufo-Addo 61.8%.
At the GDP growth of saying of Mahama too.
73% of the GDP.
And I'm saying na GDP ni saying.
Oh, Mahama GDP, I don't remember the exact figure.
And I'm saying.
That 1.2 trillion.
Okay.
No, Bahama there was 219 billion. I remember 219 billion cedis.
So 73% of 200 and something.
Exactly. And now when we 61.8.
61.
Okay. 80. What the tina economists for my statistics no. Let's just say Akufo-Addo abua krama your debt sustainability level no aye papa. So statistical service for we are mamanda I don't figure some but then the point I made and then say a year day and now I bet to say obi grow or minus 5.7%. We jaw international reserves 8.9 billion. We jaw the wealth of the nation of 1.2 trillion. Now all project will grow for 2025 no or say economy growth na Akufo-Addo de koye no ono be ma na ba form so what is na okay or see the growth projected for 2024 is going to be around 4%. Yes enyini koye nim Akufo-Addo ba mu jana 3.4 apeja no ho aboa COVID-19 mu nsensam kukuhwe ase Russia Ukraine war watima boa ma ye gina ye na so hawa ya fa mu nyina ama ya sense kwan so a ye nyini koye nim wo ba ye na also obeye the year no oh my growth na konachi back to 2015 growth of 4%. Afenso gross international reserves na ebeso ya 4 months of import cover no ato Forson say omo by the time on be end this year no eso bete about 3 months of import cover etina busa ho so no ankasa through the budget already in run no one magana for indication say ma obi a hwehwe ade papa bia because growth for better ya kwan no oba bete so
mate
gross international reserves months of import cover ya 4 months no or bete so amana kwa 3 months mate. So obi ready budget tete say ya where is the hope I say na ni abre say oye bibi amoma na nyina amoma na konanim
me da say Dr. Gideon Boako odi kofi
yes
Obra penny be on DMP Jawo. Se feno Emmanuel J. Anhiro so much.
Oh,
I said Numsio. No,
the boss, no.
And it was in Numsio. Yeah, my phone.
Nana, what pon saying?
Namen Ponce. Na David na walker.
Me who sent us and test that to MVP for super. Doc, I am surprised with all due respect. And one can admit to say, unko budget ni mu enko see. And I want to believe that by the time I will be, you know, because Sanka end this in it here. And no,
don't make that statement.
Which one?
They are make catch when they say, baby, figures war. Must share those figures and make a one. I've read it through.
But you admitted, say, Capers, no, the office of the presidency, no. You don't know what.
No, I didn't say that. I quoted that this is the paragraph. Yes, this is the appendix.
You are saying, say, you don't know exactly what entails in that capital.
I know I won't count budget to him. I know, but Sikana was spending the year come wasem.
Yes.
So the quarter Land Cruiser do. So the quarter day. I know the any.
Yes. Until when you mentioned Land Cruisers.
I gave examples, but I said there may be other things. Yes, empire minimum. Yeah, but the fact is, you can say now was a general. It is here.
Yes, and the projection of 4% growth or whatever it is within by the close of the year, it's an estimation. It could even be below the 4% or more. Doc, and cancer.
Oh no, I am the budget and the wabu contact.
Yes,
and was a plus or minus. Saying I'm a person.
Exactly. No exaggeration here.
No, a estimate.
Yes, I know.
Okay, a estimate, but the end of the catch no.
Right.
And the year Juma.
Right.
What you mean? Try to say a bit more costro. A bit about from
picture, no, as if to say. More, you mentioned 7% and Nana do meboa 7.5.
But okay, say finance minister no can say sector bia be ba no aba be chire the capex na di madam boa.
Oh, tie argument I can wasem.
No, I just want to be clear on the okay sir.
Dey can wasem enye dey wo di sika na yi o. Dey ya can say sika say na wo se wo pay spend.
Say ebia say sector ministers na ba ho. No mbe chire niam am di sika na ya ye be hu say justify. Also until the make
I tell you what can I say? Me can say. Osi Akufo-Addo spend 327 million net dollars. And now wo pay 1.something billion. And no who some na wo ha ye ka. De egu na mo egu apaso na ye ho. Eti ubana be che say na this can be say na this can but obi afa figure na obebusa na ho say I don't know be spending 327 wo see a dollars. Now wo pass wo spending 1.7 billion. And no who some na ye ka. But I don't have the details, so I can't discuss that. So, what you say? And you can say, "Would you also person was spending? And you more than the now wouldn't attempt say was spending 327 million." I know what some.
Inti you know, and you say I buy a tram car dog not or you part of it no. The way I manage economy not a bad.
Speak to data based on
you
what?
See, data do not provide
you see,
on the table.
As for sweeping statements, that is how you guys communicate.
Economics and your subject I'm a person mistake.
Oh, then stay away from it.
The fact is that we are talking about said the business community no. A you never mentioned anything of it.
Oh,
you said why you trade taxes everyone or about a numa beshemu.
Exactly.
The tax now also the beshemu concerning mining. It is not hinged on the general public.
Oh, you are making a mistake. I am talking about tax buying the diaba.
Well, in
whoever the incidence is on. You can discuss that. But now, insurance levy now can. But
you rarely admitted say mining aspect, you know. Would you too because a discuss
that is the point.
It is hinged on only the mining community.
That is not the only task.
Oh,
is that not the case? No, we were trying to sweeping statements. You cannot back it with facts.
No, we want the sweeping statement you have also made.
Who allowed
if you do the comparison, mean who fact to be a say the MPP and
Gideon, hold on. Yeah. Gideon, Alpha, a saying budget statement. We refer relevant appendices. No?
Yes.
Watch out, say, Oko table where the Ewohuni. And watch out, say, for instance, in 2024, Akufo-Addo no, na buying or smart buying, into na buying no sumpano, who discuss it. Oh, dear, na a fiano. Oh, dear, already abaya no sardine in the hono. Or no, he himself usha, need the any yakasino, FRC. Do you have a contrary data.
They said they became NDC near Metia, so me what is
you're more than NDC.
No, I'm here as an independent.
I don't mind, but so be Diana Ban and who do I don't need to believe with you. But once a man walk canoe, it also gives you out.
Data now, Ukraino. I don't have that.
This is the budget.
Budget.
I've given it to you.
Get all the train. What's the only budget to be? Now, to me, from Aradia, maybe for budget there, and yet the margin yemi, and what the ocrator, and the engineer can was them. Until the American say, for instance, OSHA Office of the Government Machinery, Gideon Akasi car and the Akufo-Addo buying. Ikamano. Over Gideon now say
27 million.
27 million.
For compensation alone.
For compensation alone. And we are saying
1.7 billion.
1.7 billion. Actually differences now enum. And for maybe to say government communication, waka say 78 million Ghana cedis compared to
Ministry of
Information na far less.
Yes.
Okay, so our argument then say under Osono government na esono na omo budget ye X and under lean government no so no A B B now yentini mi enu mfiri mu ne yenhwe baby asa na Gideon onye ho na wasem ho na wasem ni gina enti ya mi bi sa of fire osisi an say Edia na Gideon kan ya enye nokre wo saa figures na obobo ye no emu figures ben na wo to the contrary
simple question maybe sir, what is the component of the compensation?
Yeah, because so but maybe sir said then na figures na obobo
I do not have
in terms of the nominal figures na obobo ye no then na ono kan ya ene de wo no bo ebra.
I don't have the figures here.
Okay.
But I'm trying to say the component in the compensations no ono na bemu the omba betu ya na so mutua compensations or whatever it is within the presidency.
Compensation aketia na sa ne ma na wo ho nya.
Exactly.
And na sector minister ka kire wo no say say ayetie ye ehunu because all the relevant sectors here can have nya mpanifo ede da no ebeba no ma be kire details a ebe ko especially omo capex no na ye hu say we ni nti eno no ba eno no be bad bia next week me hope say na ba then we can pick
senior pacho me ba ebia for simple purposes what there me nye nimdifo bibia ho ana me nua pagesu bia onye simple. Google will give you a brief understanding of what compensation is. Typically, compensation refers to monetary payment given to an individual in exchange for their services. In the workplace, compensation is what is earned by employees. It includes salary or wages, in addition to commission and any incentives or perks that come with the given employee's position. Ente yaketua mako meeting allowance, honorarium, moko workshop waha, ya mamo tips say that is compensation. Yes. You don't need any special definition. You see. And you chop money.
And you also chop money.
No, I'm saying chop in that definition. That is what I'm saying. Because you can say, Sabi, anyadi how do you see that? Whatever. That is what we are talking about.
You see, Nana, I'm surprised anyway, but he doesn't need to wait because otherwise,
what do you mean by politics?
Otherwise, I would have said, until you wait for the sector minister to come and explain.
No.
You see.
Okay. Uncle Clement.
You also have the same. So
Uncle Clement.
Money.
No. Omo ntijum. Omo yeri obi anu otijum. Eti mama edwadi fo nyina 3 minutes. Mu wi amapon.
Yo, Nana, like we said, menye economics and menye inti. I'm not also a politician. I'm a businessman. Until I always speak in the interest of the business community. And say Okabibi, and so about the review of Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Yes, one new actor on Eyehon Ejuma. Hono see a baby guta ye interest wa hopa because ye who say the investment act as we have now it does not help the business community in terms of our exchange rates. Because currently, you need to provide only.
Na ya sanet catchy brofo ha ma stop no na wa me no ye fine now so the brofo be head.
Yeah, say current investment laws no regarding retail trade, you know, who here just $1 million by way of a cash or equity, and ode unya provider, then the gate is open for you. And Guta asema ye can say, because when it comes to importation yadebo memuha Guta and all the Ghanaians, you know, your percentage ya 20%. Importations ni no 80% is made by foreigners. And what we are calling for is as I say new investment laws na no. As only provision be a shame say foreigners no so person be retail trader and so provide means of importation, you know, by way of cash. So the whole year, no, ube import maybe $100 million. Say, ultimately $100 million, you know, eba now depositing in Bank of Ghana. As and when you need, say, ODB by importation, you know, then Bank of Ghana will make the transfer for you. Yes, na, ten be a pressure na a war, yeah, foreign exchange, so no, a better day, a reduced because foreigners, you know, and I want much more importation. I say, on Shana. Won't strengthen a honor Edemaguta.
Medase. Okay, do you want 1 minute?
Oh, that is on the note of many opinion they are okay. So, at any point in time, Biano, we have to seek to promote indigenous businesses or more growth. So, and for me, I've had problems with our tax system in Ghana. I mean, a lot of papers are mature indicating say your tax system no is problematic. The COVID-19 levy is one attempt, but I think that we can even go further. To the point say at the end of the day no you bet mania a certain tax regime papa iti ho na or the GRK S amount on here so be jano so audit be because the tax system is so convoluted so mo compute ma okra sometimes won't say one kasa wutu na eto a wutu ya na wonte wo ho asese kana yese wo de no saa na wo de ne tua kra ma ye de entina compliance is difficult no because ayete wa yetua nto so dudu one kasa bosome no so yakra na wonim de obetua dada it we have to simplify our tax system. Okay. Simplify our tax system and to be any effort to be out by any government whether MPP or NDC I bet my share ama ya simplify your tax system for it. It is so rather unfortunate say Ebia, excuse me to say, but me enya opportunity need to do the flat rate in our can. And boom, straight away, business might be out to our wada. Nanka, ya granted tax amnesty to be a mystery, meaning papa in Juma buy a or a business man, or the bank akra some tax be a one to a be a dinako court abansi a shilling in our togo. A fed young come with on clean slates. Na young queen is an about me, I can say granted tax amnesty. So these are ideas. So we say. Baumia anti-man we any president, but ideas now can wasem no. And so ho, anti new government fat no young wajuma or chinano. Then we have to do another thing. Now you call your name as a country, and I think say, and to say you best simplify your tax system. And all these petty no be break. Import duties. Oh, funny.